Greetings, February 8th here, 2013. I am Segan, artist and Holocaust, genocide, tolerance, and conflict resolutions educator. Here in my Seattle studio, I am with Sightseeing with Dignity drawing number 10. It's called In a Rare Appearance. On the other side, Sophie Scholl visits Boubacar Bah at his Correction Corporation of America hospital prison deathbed, 2007. The artwork is from 2008. Its media is India ink gouache, which is a form of watercolor, colored pencil, and pencil and white pencil. The writing that's seen throughout different sections are excerpts I copied from Nina Bernstein's New York Times article of May 5th, 2008, which is what inspired me to do the artwork. It was a great piece of reportage. Sadly, or unfortunately, there's been comparable articles since, including at least one by her about the detention and deaths of illegal immigrants in custody with no, not only no culpability as to the deaths, but hardly any information is able to be provided at all, even to immediate family members, as to the circumstances of the deaths of the prisoners. This has to do with repressive U.S. government measures in wake of the 9/11 murder-suicide terrorist attacks in New York, Pennsylvania, and Washington, D.C., and which led to severe curtailment of civil liberties in the United States in the years since. Boubacar Bah was a Guinean illegal immigrant. He worked as a tailor, supported a family in New York and family members back in Guinea from 1989 till his arrest in 2007. So there's 6 portrayals of him here, this one in color, this here. There's 3 more black and white portrayals in the bottom. These are inspired by black and white photographs that were with the Times article. And then there's this depiction here, which was kind of done in 2 kind of like TV screen or computer monitor like rectangles, although if they were joined there would be no separation between them. That's him lying in his deathbed in a hospital room with like a blanket over him. That's his head here, lying face up. There's a whole lot of mechanical, medical apparatus and machinery seen in the background here next to the bed, over here, here, and as well as all this apparatus over here. Sophie Scholl was a Protestant German, a student at the University of Munich. She was involved in the anti-Nazi resistance group known as the White Rose, and as such she and other students and one professor, a 50-year-old named Karl Huber, engaged in what I would think of as the most kind of lowest level in terms of militancy I could think of in protesting a draconian, repressive regime. And I think of students, among others, demonstrating worldwide. People are out demonstrating. Sometimes demonstrations become violent and so on. It's happened all over the world in recent years, especially in the Mideast, in Burma, Myanmar, and in China, and other countries. And what they did was they mimeographed an old reproduction method, leaflets criticizing the regime. They clandestinely distributed them in at least one building at the University of Munich, where they were witnessed, seen by a janitor who reported them to police, who got the Gestapo, the secret police of the Nazi regime, arrested Sophie and her brother Hans, their friend Christoph Probst. Those three were convicted of treason and were beheaded, guillotined on February 22nd, 1943. Others in Munich and in other German cities also lost their lives. Among them there was Willy Graf, who was executed October 12th, 1943. Karl Huber was 50. He and a student named Alexander Schnorrel were executed on Bastille Day, July 13th, 1943. The last White Rose student executed was Hans Conrad Liet, executed January 29th, 1945, the last year of the war in Europe. He had distributed leaflets in Hamburg. So, and I should mention, this is the only work in the Sightseeing with Dignity series, which addresses mainly post-World War II victims of human rights abuses and atrocities, war, genocide, and capital punishment to the mentally ill, and so on. There is one drawing in the series depicting a pre-World War II atrocity, the lynching of an African-American young man in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, around 1936 or 37. But this is the only work in this Sightseeing with Dignity series where I've included someone from the World War II history, and also who was depicted in a separate drawing. Sophie Scholl was depicted in a Under the Wings of God drawing that will be exhibited at the Hillel Center March 20th through May 21st this spring. This drawing will be exhibited at Seattle Central Community College April 1st to 26th. So those of you in Puget Sound who see this, and I hope to see you. Hope you can make it to the receptions Wednesday evening, April 3rd, 5 to 7:30 p.m. at Seattle Central Community College. The Hillel reception is Sunday afternoon, April 7th, from 1 to 5 p.m. There you have it. Sophie Scholl making a rare appearance from the other side, visiting the hospital prison deathbed of Boubacar Bah. So I think I left out part of the story here. He had, in his detention cell at this prison run under contract with the Department of Justice, run by the Corrections Corporation of America in Newark, New Jersey, he had hit his head, fallen or tripped in his cell, hit his head on the porcelain toilet, and was seen foaming at the mouth and also vomiting, but was ignored by the prison guards, by prison medical personnel, as well as by federal agents who monitor the prison. And subsequently he went into a coma and died a couple of months later. This death was completely unnecessary.